new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Whether you are in a relationship or not, I think everyone at some point has either checked their spouse's phone or has been tempted. And more than discussing if it's okay to go through your spouse's phone, which we will, I want to get into the why of it all. What does that mean? Well, I want us to leave here feeling we have an understanding of where the root of this behavior is coming from. Because let's be real, there's a reason why we get tempted to check our significant other's phone. But here's what I want you to understand. This is not about who's right or wrong, nor is it about whether your relationship is good or bad. This is about understanding why it's happening and seeing if we can expand the scope a bit. Okay, so let's get into some of the reasons I've gotten by the hundreds of ladies that I've talked to. The first reason they check their spouse's phone is past relationship betrayals, either from a current spouse or an ex that has left them feeling scarred and unable to fully trust again. The second reason, a change of behavior from their spouse, causing them to question what's changed. The third reason, and this is the most common one I get, and it's my favorite. I should be able to check their phone because they should have nothing to hide. All these reasons, although valid and hold truth, still tells us one thing. We don't trust ourselves. What? Wouldn't it mean we don't trust our spouse? Sure, but here's the thing. In order for us to truly trust others, we would need to trust in who we are and the decisions and choices we make. After all, being in a relationship is a choice we actively participate in. And since relationships are built off trust, I mean, you hear this all the time, right? How fulfilling would our intimate relationships be if we didn't trust the person we picked? Girl. And if you're still going back to the argument that you don't trust, that you trust your spouse, but you still check their phone because they should have nothing to hide, we need to get real and tell the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR hour number 2, we on fire tonight. Andy doesn't like it, and when Andy reaches for them headphones, you already know. Andy, what are your thoughts?
I didn't dislike it or anything. It just, sparked something in me and just had me think, like, you know what? I think it's an ego thing as well, too. Or at least when I used to do it back in the day. It was an ego thing. For me, I didn't want the thought of whoever I was talking to at the time to even entertain somebody, even if the conversation was, surface level conversation. You know what I mean? It was just like, I want to be the only one that you talk to, even though I know that's unrealistic.
Oh, so I'm not crazy. I be thinking like that too. Go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
Even though I know that's not, realistic. It was just, it's an ego thing for me. I want to be the only one that you talk to. I want to be the only one that you confide in, and that's it. And if I saw any of that, it would make me feel 100% insecure, even if it was just surface level conversation, even if it wasn't that deep, even if they weren't flirting. I would definitely have my spider senses on, and I might be, I might not confront her, but I'm paying attention. And if I ever meet whoever this individual is, I definitely got my eyes on this person. I'm going to keep it cordial. I'm going to keep it smooth. I'm going to keep it copacetic.
Come on, Los Angeles. Step in here, L.A. That whole L.A. vibe. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be cool, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
but if I see something just You know, y'all was staring at each other a little bit too long. What's up with that? But yeah, it's an ego thing.
No, I got you, Andy. I appreciate the insight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get her in here. Sarah, without the H, Los Angeles, California, our first Los Angeles caller. Welcome in.
Oh, Lord. Hello.
Now, you created this topic. What do you think about tonight's callers and the way it was set up? What are your thoughts on dating a detective?
First of all, Texas is represented on the phone tonight, first of all, because I live in L.A. now. But, of course, I'm from Tejas as well. So,
oh, God. Houston in the building. All right, Houston. Don't cuss, Sarah. Remember now, don't cuss.
I'm not going to cuss. Lord, Jesus.
Right.
I ain't going to cuss.
All right, good.
Okay. Now, when I was thinking about this subject, I was actually thinking about a certain type of detective. Because if anybody are fans of the show Law and Order, SVU, you have Olivia Benson, who's the captain and stuff like that. But there's also, he started off as Detective Carisi. Now, Detective Carisi would always do not one, but he would always do too much. Okay, he always wanted to see the cases, go to the court, because he was in law school. And some people, you're getting in their transitional trade because they're starting off as a detective in your relationship, but then they're going to become a lawyer and try to prosecute your ass a little later. Oh, excuse me, yourself. You're not I said, Lord Jesus, I didn't say it again.
I knew you would cuss, though. I knew.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but you know, it is very disheartening because a lot of times people decide to take this particular relationship profession up as a detective, but they don't really quite have the skills to make the police force in it. So there you have Paul Bart. You got the security guard that don't even have a license to carry.
Right.
But they about to flashlight your life up.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, Sarah. And you thought of all of this and said, I'm going to send this to Zoe.
You know what? Who understands my crazy here in L.A.? Zoe.
Sarah, let me just say this. We appreciate you cultivating this topic for us tonight. I think it's an amazing topic. And you're spot on. You're spot on. Thank you so much for the call. She brought Los Angeles in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to Cincinnati, Ohio, and Kansas City, Missouri. We got a lot to talk about.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, this is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason from KBLA Talk 1580. Listen, if you're in the market for the best prices and the fastest delivery for custom-made roller shade, LA Custom Blinds is the place to be. Schedule a free estimate and they will come to your house, measure your windows, and bring a variety of fabrics to choose from. And then come back and install it all for free. The best part is that their factory is located right here in downtown Los Angeles, so they make the shades really fast. All you got to do is go to lacustomblinds.com and schedule your free in-home estimate right now. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you.
The Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center proudly presents its 25th annual Real Black Men Short Film Showcase, September 22nd through September 24th. Join us for the opening night celebration on Friday, September 22nd, and enjoy the short film showcase featuring 47 films by emerging black male directors from across the country. Continuing on Saturday, September 23rd and Sunday, September 24th. All events will be held at the Regal LA Live Cinemas, 1000 West Olympic Boulevard in downtown Los Angeles. For more information and tickets, visit bherc.org. That's bherc.org or call 323-957-4656. That's 323-957-4656. Don't miss your chance to celebrate excellence in black cinema all weekend long at the Real Black Men Short Film Showcase. See you there.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars, working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage, career-track jobs. The Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing around anti-discrimination, learn about union apprenticeship programs, or sign on to a trade registry, please visit www.lablackworkerscenter.org. That's lablackworkerscenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying. Yeah, I can't stand. Woo! No running around. I can't stand. No putting me down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, yeah.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Relationship Theory. I am here with the Wonder Woman herself, Lisa Bilyeu. What is up, homie? You ready to rock?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We talking about trust today?
We are.
We finna?
What are 3 ways I can determine whether or not I can trust my partner? What are some questions I can ask them to get a better understanding of how trustworthy they are earlier in the relationships?
Ooh. So one, if you're already in a relationship with somebody and you don't know if you can trust them, that's a very bad sign. I don't know, though, if it's that they don't trust themselves to assess, if they don't have the ability to like read people, because trust is all a vibe check for me. It's the way questions are answered. It's not the question that you ask. It's how people are. Are they acting suspiciously? And by the way, like if somebody was doing something weird, I'd just be like, that seems really weird. Just out of curiosity, why are you trying to hide your phone? Like, why do you turn your back to me? Why'd you, whatever. I would just address it directly.
You do that, and I'm just like, oh, you're being silly, and I blow it off.
I'd be like, wow, that's really interesting. It's entirely possible that it's me, and I really need to do the work to figure out why I'm feeling uneasy, but I'm feeling uneasy. And then, like, if they were like, oh, you're just being crazy, I would let it go and just chalk it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VORs come full circle. After coming forward, we got callers from all over the country. Let's get them in. Who's been on the longest? Deborah, Cincinnati. Get in here.
Mr. Zoe, I was just joking. It's me and Zinga.
It's who?
I was joking. I thought Andy would go catch it. It's in Zinga. I thought Andy, he paused for a second. And he was like, if she want to play, let her play.
Nzinga, get in here. Deborah from Cincinnati, Ohio. Talk to us. Lord have mercy. Reindeer games. Let's go.
Listen, I think like when people snoop, sometimes it's insecurity, but I think a lot of times it could be guilt. You know, they're making sure that their person isn't doing something. Because, you know, when you're doing something, you always kind of got to look over your shoulder. And, you know, you have those paranoid. To me, it reads paranoid more than insecure. Me, personally, I don't, like, I'm an only child, so I didn't grow up with a lot of people. So I need a certain amount of freedom. I need you to, like, loosen the leash, I guess, so to speak, or, you know, you don't have to hover because I'm going to give you the same latitude.
Mm-hmm.
I think people deserve that. I mean, we're adults.
No, I
and,
like
you know,
that.
when you leave your mother's house, they're checking over you and checking your mail and stuff like that. I think if you give a person enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. You don't need to really do all that. I mean, unless somebody's really like giving you a reason but even though, like, are you in a relationship to be snooping and looking for signs, or are you in there to grow and enjoy each other? I mean, what are you in the relationship for?
What are you here for? I like that. Hey,
that's what
Deborah from Cincinnati, we appreciate the call. Thank you so
Bye,
much
y'all.
for calling in. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do, you know the routine. Just call me, 1-800-920-1580. Again, consent and agreement. Boundaries should be established through mutual consent and agreement. Both partners should actively participate in defining the boundaries that feel comfortable and safe for them. This collaborative approach fosters trust and ensures that each person's needs are being acknowledged. This is important. Then you got to remember adaptability, because sometimes when we build a wall, aka a boundary, it's not adaptable. It's not scalable. It's not pliable. It's not flexible. You know, because when you build a wall in one moment of your life, please understand that you keep growing. So you might have to go back to that wall and adjust it. You might have to tear that boundary down and rebuild a better one, right? Maybe you got better ingredients. Maybe you got better tools. Maybe you got better materials. So adaptability is key. As the relationship evolves, so should the boundaries. What may have felt comfortable in the early stages of a partnership may change over time. Couples must remain flexible and willing to reassess and adapt their boundaries to accommodate growth and new experiences. And then, throughout this entire process, empathy and support. Empathy plays a pivotal role in understanding each other's boundaries. Partners should strive to see the world from their loved one's perspective. Easier said than done, but you should strive to do it, which could foster a deeper emotional connection and could build more trust. Providing emotional support and reassurance when boundaries are challenged can also strengthen the relationship as well. As far as everything is open, sometimes things should be closed and they should be respected for being closed. Thus, the difference between privacy and secrecy. There are certain things that are off limits even to you. Now, in the case of an emergency, then maybe they're not off limits. But I deserve to have my own little world within our own little world. 1-800-920-1580. We got callers from all over the place. Let's get them in here. Brother Nevis. Boy, you got one of them down south old time. My uncle named Nevis. Go on back to the water cooler, boy, and get me a beer. Get me a brewski.
Yeah.
Uncle Nevis, get in here,
Reach on in there and get you a cold soda out of there.
Yeah, get you a little pop, man. Go get you a pop out of there. You get me a brewski and you get a pop. Yes, talk to me, Nevis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, first off, I put a spell on you back then, but now you want to kick in the door waving the 4-4.
Hey, you saw that. That's why I played that. Come on, the double entendre.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking on what you was just saying, I mean, it's like coming into a relationship, you don't know how much of the territorialness you bring in. So, like, if I met her and she was all fancy up and she had the booty out and all that, and that's how she got me, don't try to change her now that you got her and have her all, pripped and prim and, try to be straight-laced now. Well, that's how she got you. Don't change her now. You know what I mean? Don't try to change her now. It's the same thing for them. You know, I had one because I like to keep myself upright and looking good. She was always coming behind me thinking something was going on, you know? So it's it goes both ways when it comes to how overprotective or how territorial your mate is, you know.
Right.
And then if she came from a relationship where she was always chasing the dude down, catching him with women, and she felt like that was the norm, of course she's going to act that out on you coming into a new situation. So, you know, there's boundaries. It's things that must be respected, and those get revealed over time as you learn the person. You know what I mean?
Brother Nevis. Brother Nevis, Kansas City will never be the same without you, brother. We appreciate the call, man. You brought Kansas City in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know how you do it. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The phone lines are cracking. I want to get everybody in here right now. Diana from Los Angeles, get in here, L.A.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you so much for. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Talk to us, Diana.
Great. Well, I've been in a relationship with the topic earlier. I've been in a relationship for 17 years, married for 14, and celibate for about 17 years. And so I would never, ever have expected my husband to have anything funny going on. But just through a random situation, one time after probably a decade, I looked through his phone, and I'm noticing he's sending a lot of picture text with hearts, flower, butterflies, like on major holidays, happy Halloween, happy whatever, with hearts and anything. So I start getting suspicious, and much later on, realized he was catfished. And I mean, that's a nice way of saying that he ended up seeing a girl and went on and on. So I do believe that in a relationship, nobody's ever 100% that you know of. So I think it doesn't hurt to check the text message or whatever, maybe once a year. And if you see something funny going on, then that's how you know. Otherwise, you'll be so naive and not know anything is going on because you're just too naive to even check.
So what made you check? What made you say, I'm going to check this phone?
I don't know. I think just like maybe he was in the shower, the phone is there, and I just kind of pick it up. And then like, oh, what has he been up to? And you start noticing, like, why is all these, like, text messages, like those, it's not picture, but they're like text, and ended up drawing like a heart messages to all these different people. So you're like, okay, I guess he's really lonely, so it's okay. And then you look on the phone, under photos, they have a thing like most frequent photo or favorite photos, and you're looking at all these different girls. You're like, what? And if you ever meet a guy, you never think he's a player.
So can I ask you this, Diana? Were these girls in the real world or girls in the cyber world?
Cyber world. But then I think what happened is he started having all these conversations. He kind of got into, like, I don't know, that YouTube thing, very famous, like to help you fall asleep, ASMR.
Yes.
So I guess he started chatting with people regards to ASMR. And then, so those are all virtual people. I don't know if he met up with any of them, but what happened is he used to be in a retail space, and I guess one of the girls started, like, wanting to get free stuff, so started visiting, like, every other day, and he would just give them free stuff every other day, and then before you know it, he becomes this person's free Uber, like not going to work, just driving this person, all over the place, because this person didn't really have a permanent home, had a job and no car. So that so it just, I think you get trained in the virtual world, and then when there's a real life human being, it becomes easier.
Nah.
I think it's a progression.
I'm not mad at you. You had an inclination, a presage to check his phone. Now, I will ask the question. Did you overstep his privacy boundary by satiating your presage, your urge to want to look at his phone? Did you cross a line?
I would say no, because that is a big question. I mean, it's an excellent question, right? It's a fine balance between privacy and being smart.
And secrecy,
so
right?
I would say no, because I think maybe the first time it happened, it's like, I think maybe he was in the shower, the phone was like there, and the phone rang. So it was like, oh, I want to pick it up to see if, they want to answer it. And I don't know. And then I think one of the texts, you know how when you get text alerts, it comes through, and then you just see something funny on there, right? And that's what led you to even look at the full text message.
You looked at the full text message. You opened up the phone like, wow, let's see.
Right, like the phone is ringing, he's in the shower, right? So then you're like, oh, you want to get this? Like, who is it? I don't know. Pick up the phone. Okay, it's blah, 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 right? And then probably they didn't, it's like, oh, we'll just call them back. But then as you hang up the phone, you see the text alerts coming through. They pop up. And the pop up is like, it's got funny messages. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wish you... You know what I mean? Like something funny.
I will say this, Diana. This is a no judgment zone. And I really appreciate the fact that you shared that you snooped on your partner. And that, there's no judgment. You had a feeling. Now, once you saw what you saw, did it confirm what you already thought was going on?
No, because that was like year 1, 2. Year 3, or I don't know, 5, was when a human being occurred. So those things, I never confronted the person about. Like, I was just like, okay, they're bored. They need, they have some friends or buddy, whatever. I don't think I said anything for the first, like, not the, like when I found out.
No,
I don't think
wait,
I said anything for like a year or 2.
Hold on, Diana. Hold on. You got to stay with us, and then we're going to wrap your final thought when we come forward. My goodness, she is not acknowledging that she crossed the boundary. But we're going to talk to her when we come forward.
Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is backing an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. He made the announcement citing dealings the Biden family made with foreign companies and governments. The president and his son Hunter Biden have denied any wrongdoing so far, and there's been no evidence the president was involved in his son's business dealings. Governor Kathy Hochul says lawmakers are entertaining every option when it comes to solving New York's asylum seeker crisis. The governor is working on language that would grant migrants work authorization at the state level. And an advisory panel says a decongestant found in popular over-the-counter cold medicines doesn't work. The panel unanimously came to an agreement on the ineffectiveness of phenylephrine. The decongestant is found in common medicines like Sudafed PE. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend.
See reality at undo.org.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So, let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at a gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event. Or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the Dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid. And we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, this is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason from KBLA Talk 1580. Listen, if you're in the market for the best prices and the fastest delivery for custom-made roller shade, LA Custom Blinds is the place to be. Schedule a free estimate and they will come to your house, measure your windows, and bring a variety of fabrics to choose from. And then come back and install it all for free. The best part is that their factory is located right here in downtown Los Angeles, so they make the shades really fast. All you gotta do is go to lacustomblinds.com and schedule your free in-home estimate right now. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up, 'cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up, 'cause I need to hear the doctor's voice to breeze
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back in the building. Man, we in here having a good old time. Tonight's topic is on fire, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Are you dating a relationship detective, man? Very heavy stuff. We got callers all over the place. Let's get Diana. Your final thought. Talk to me.
Thank you for the advice, for your input.
Mm-hmm. That's all you got? That's it? Thank you for my info. Okay, well, thank you, Diana. You brought Los Angeles in the building. We appreciate the call. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's keep these callers rolling. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida, get in here. Let's talk.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, everyone.
Hey, how are you? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Let's go. We got to roll. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I can say that I've never really snooped. But I think Diana's call was very, very timely for me because I think Andy or y'all were talking about liking people's, women's posts, something about nudes. And so I had this experience.
I don't think we said we like nudes. It's just we like posts.
Okay.
Like
I told Andy. I asked Andy. Okay, he said the same thing. All right, we'll play it all back. But anyway.
Mimi, get in here and say what you need to say now.
Okay. My friend's ex sent me a nude picture of himself, and he was very well endowed. I saved everything, the picture, the text, and I want to know, this is a serious question, why do men, some but not all, do that?
I don't know. That sounds like an alien. I ain't never heard of anything like that before. I'm sorry you endured such a terrible act. What? On social media? Really?
Yes, really.
Wow. Now Andy is involved. Andy, go ahead, man.
Only because she called me out low key.
She did call you out.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Sounds like you enjoyed what you received.
No, I did.
Yeah, that little giggle confirmed it.
No.
That was the giggle. That giggle said, yeah,
no, I
you
didn't.
like.
I didn't, but I'm just saying, listen, he sent it to me. I didn't do anything wrong. I just looked, and I told her.
Why did you look?
How did I look? I mean,
I said, why? Why did you look?
I look at all of my messages.
Was it a pleasant surprise?
Well, I mean, I never thought of him in that way, but he's a black man, so I just assumed some things. But it was a lot more, much much more than I thought.
Okay, stop. Listen, it was inappropriate what he did.
Yes,
Number
it
one,
was.
that is your girlfriend. Number two, that's her dude. And number three, you can get in legal trouble for doing that kind of stuff. So
Me? Not me.
No, not you. Him sending it to you.
Okay. Yes.
Okay? But
saved
let
it,
me
so
just
yeah.
say, you're in the right. He did something really crazy, but it sounded like you enjoyed it. Let me just say thank you, Mimi, for calling in from Jacksonville, Florida. We know you loved it. We know you loved it. We can hear it in your voice. You like, Lord, 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 that man done sent me something.
She
Go
probably
ahead.
still got it in her phone, too.
Ooh, we should have asked that question. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it. Let's get it. Who's been on the longest? Cali Soul, Denver, Colorado. Get in here.
Andy, don't be calling my people out like that. Talking about she still got it in her phone. You hush yourself. Stop. Look, Zoe, why you ain't play Scooby Dooby Doo? Where are you? We got some work to do now. That's the joint. You should have played that.
So, what are your thoughts about tonight's topic, though? Because I love your insight. I know you gonna get deep. So tell me.
Well, in my 20s, I looked through drawers, medicine cabinets, glove boxes, whatever I could get my little Scooby-Doo detective hands on. And then in my, I found exactly what I was looking for. So, when you get to looking for things, you're going to find some things.
Mm-hmm.
And with our vivid imaginations, too, even if you don't find nothing, if you want to find something, if you are holding on to that illusion that something might be going on, you still going to make something out of nothing. Like somebody in the chat earlier said, he's like, his girlfriend swore that he was messing with a white woman at his job, and he said, "It didn't even know white women work at my job."
Wow.
But because she created that story in her mind, she found exactly what she was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
so,
Big Mama used to say that all the time. If you go looking for something, you will definitely find it.
Yeah, you sure will.
Let me ask the question though, like the secrecy versus privacy. You're gonna let your partner have his privacy, right? Not in your 20s. You wouldn't.
No, not in your 20s.
So at what point
at
what point did you transition and you started to think like, this is a violation?
For me in my 30s, and that was because I learned a hard lesson. I learned my lesson from going through people's things, right? But like I remember one time I was laying in the bed, my husband had just came back from Miami, and the phone was ringing at like 5-something in the morning, and he was in the shower, and it kept ringing, so I picked it up. And when I picked the phone up, he saved the woman's picture. I'm like, now that's a real smart move, buddy. So I see, this woman's nude pop up on the phone and her name, and I'm like, golly, So at that point he was caught or whatever. And for me, I remember my pastor told me in premarital counseling, he said, not if someone cheats, but when someone cheats. How are you going to move through it?
And how did you do that?
I had my tears, I had my anger, I took some time and moved through it. And then once I got over it, I was like, are you finished? Are you in love with this person? Or, is this something that you moved through and you good? Like, if so, let's move forward. But people aren't always, he was not willing to trust me after that. Like, he really got spooked.
So he was more mad at you for looking at his phone than he was at himself for actually having a whole nother relationship.
Absolutely. And then he was scared that I got over it, so quick. Because I was just like, that's what human nature is monogamy is not necessarily something that is built into human nature. Monogamy is a choice. So I know that as humans, we're going to mess up. You're going to flirt. Somebody might cheat or whatever, but it's like, is this something that you want to continue doing? Or, did you just have a moment? And are there going to be other moments? And that is not our job to hold our loved ones in prison. Like, okay, you married me now, or you my man now, your body belongs to me. Like, I know that sounds heinous, but that's just not what our relationships are for. And if we learn to operate with more freedom in our relationships, we would have a better.
But can a monogamous relationship have that kind of freedom as well? Because this is where the adaptability and the flexibility comes into the monogamous framework. See, you're right about many monogamous relationships. I think they lack the adaptability and the flexibility to allow each other to have their privacy, each other, right? To respect each other's boundaries. I think when monogamy lacks freedom, right? Adaptability, flexibility, it starts to feel like prison, right? But I think you can experience freedom in those, monogamous relationships if you got a little flexibility, if you got a space for everybody to be themselves. What do you think?
I think absolutely yes. But what I would like to ask you is, do you think that when that freedom is not something that's practiced within the relationship, that brings up what's already there, and people then want to act out and go ahead
anything good that's not practiced in a relationship is going to have an adverse effect on the relationship. Absolutely.
Okay.
If we got good things to practice, like collaborative communication and pouring empathy into each other and compromising and listening and if we're not doing those things, the relationship is going to be fragile. It's going to have a problem. So I agree with you 100%. I appreciate the call. Cali Soul brought Denver, Colorado in the building. When we come forward, we're going to end the night in L.A., in Inglewood. He got a lot to talk about. Let's do it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Hi, this is LA City Councilman Curran Price, inviting you to the 28th Annual Central Avenue Jazz Fest on September the 23rd from 11 to 7 p.m. For nearly 3 decades, the Central Avenue Jazz Festival has paid homage to the legendary Central Avenue and its influence on jazz history. Jazz, blues, and Latin jazz will be featured on 3 stages of music. Co-headlining are Hubert Laws with special guest Eloise Laws and the Billy Childs Quartet featuring Sean Jones. The day includes plenty of food, merchants, and 4 pavilions focused on youth programming, art, health and wellness, and public resources. Parking is limited, so Metro and rideshare are recommended. Hubert Laws with special guests Eloise Laws and the Billy Childs Quartet featuring Sean Jones. The day includes plenty of food, merchants, and 4 pavilions focused on youth programming, art, health and wellness, and public resources. For more information, visit CentralAveJazzFest.com. CentralAveJazzFest.com. See you on the 23rd.
Hi, Tavis Smiley here. I know you've been hearing the promo over and over again about our event this Saturday, about contracts and how you can get in the contract pipeline. Just want to remind you, it is this Saturday. Space is limited. Here's Dion Rambo to tell you more about what you can expect this Saturday.
Yo, what's up? This is Rambo, and again, you know the 3 words, contracts. This Saturday, there's one place you have to go right now, KBLA1580.com. If you want to see us talk about contracts, talk about grants, you got Caltrans who made all this possible. I'm super excited. You guys all know Rambo's been in the community fighting for you. Now, we got Tavis fighting alongside. This is huge. KBLA1580.com this Saturday. See you guys.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Sprinklers in the Rain and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on.
K-Drip. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Person that go through your partner's phone, I know 3 things that's wrong with you. 1, your communication sucks. 2, you disrespectful. And 3, you untrusting. Why are you in this relationship if you can't talk to them about it? Why are you in this relationship if you don't trust your instincts to get up out if you feel like something is wrong? And why you don't respect them enough to respect their boundaries or respect yourself enough to get out of a situation where you feel like you got to go and disrespect somebody else's boundaries to find out what you know is going on anyway?
He sounded upset. He sounded like something just happened to him. He probably was in his den or in a closet somewhere. He seemed a little disappointed. I just felt the energy. I didn't see his face, but he sounded like he was somewhere mad recording something. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580. We've been having a very entertaining discussion tonight about, are you dating a relationship detective? Are you with a relationship private eye? You can't leave your phone nowhere because they're going to jump on it like a dog on a bone. Very interesting stuff. We got a caller in here from Inglewood, California, City of Champions. Leroy, get in here, brother.
Thank you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I got you, bro.
All right. The last 2 callers, Dynamite, the sister opening up, telling the truth, Dynamite and Cali Soul, I bow to you, Cali Soul. I bow to you. Thank you for teaching us and sharing. And I want to thank you, Zoe, for setting up the space for the females to really be able to come and express themselves with their points of view without jumping on them like I've seen on other shows. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Now, what are your thoughts?
Eve, thou shalt not surely die. You just got to taste it. It's going to make you wise. Well, it does look good to eat.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 17 is what he's quoting. Go ahead, brother.
Pandora, you can do a lot of things. You just can't open up this box. I got to see what's in the box. Blackbeard got his 7th wife. And the 7th wife was super fine. Put her in a castle with all his gold, all his jewels, all his fine pictures and statues that he had accumulated through his various trips abroad. And he said, I'm about to leave for about 3 months. You can go to any door, anywhere you want to in this castle. But there's one door with a special knob that you should never enter.
Yes.
And if you just stay out of that door, we're going to have a happy marriage. And she could not resist. She had to go check on the door. And what did she find? She found out that she couldn't handle the truth. She couldn't handle the truth. But if Almighty God can't make a woman not be curious, what the hell make you think I can?
Wow. Heavy stuff. That's a mic drop. Leroy from Inglewood. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for chiming in tonight. No, but wait. Oh, well, he gone now. Andy quick on the draw, man. I love Andy. But Leroy was on one. Very, very interesting points he made. But I'm here to tell y'all, it's real simple. You don't have a healthy relationship if you don't trust each other, right? And I'm talking about not the fear-based trust. I'm talking about trust that is rooted in acceptance, right? You can't accept your partner until you accept yourself. So higher level concepts like, active listening, right? That's a higher level concept. That's not regular listening, right? Concepts like respecting individuality, right? Concepts like creating consent and agreements with one another and then keeping them. Empathy and support. And even when you guys get in a little trouble, seeking professional guidance. These are high-level acts that people take to maintain the integrity of their relationships. What happens is we are reactionary. We float with no plan in a relationship, and when something bad happens, that's when we react. Oh, what do I need to do? Well, we need to change now. Wait a minute, and this is where a lot of our fears come from, because we think when it's sweet, it's going to always stay sweet. It might be sweet in your mouth, but by the time it get to your stomach, it might be bitter. So that's kind of like the process of relationship. Relationships are always going to get hit with stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all got a snoop, that's going to tell me there has been an erosion of trust. There will be violations, plural, of privacy. It's going to be a creation of a toxic cycle where this is going to happen over and over again. There's going to be loss of emotional intimacy because ain't nobody going to be, I'm not signed up for that over and over and over again, right? There's going to be a communication breakdown. And then ultimately, there's going to be the potentiality for relationship dissolution. In severe cases, the consequences of constant snooping can lead to the dissolution of the intimate relationship. It's going to be over. The cumulative impact of eroded trust, privacy violations, and emotional distance can become insurmountable. Couples may find it challenging to recover from such a breach of trust, ultimately leading to separation or breakup. And then you got to remember there's going to be a damaging effect on, the person that's being snooped on or the person that's finding what they're looking for. It's going to be damaging to their self-esteem. For individuals engaging in snooping, there can also be consequences. This behavior can damage their self-esteem as it reflects a lack of self-confidence and emotional maturity. Constantly seeking validation or reassurance through snooping indicates a reliance on external factors for self-worth, which can be detrimental to the personal growth and well-being of the person snooping. Listen, we started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. Nothing we said is etched in stone, but we want you to finish this conversation. I'm the voice of reason. Up next, Jill Monroe and RSVP. She's going to keep it lit. The fire shall stay burning. I'll be here tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces.
We must bring salvation.